Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to another episode of Moon Magic and Makeup. Today we are discussing the February full moon called Ice Moon. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I am from the Netherlands, hence the accent. I'm also slightly orcish, relatively vintage. I love spooky stuff, makeup and being creative. Let me explain some things. The slightly orcish means I'm green. I'm a light to light medium warmish olive, and the relatively vintage means I'm 46. I also have ADHD and I'm autistic, so you get, I don't know, a special package. Yes, as I said, today we are discussing the full moon of February, which is today. For us, the time is 6:30 p.m. at night, which is p.m., right? Yeah, and then it's 100% full. So what does this video kind of entail a little bit? I'm going to chat about the full moon of today, what it stands for, kind of what you can do, and I'm going to use this picture to create a makeup look. And I'm very, very excited. It's also another collab with my dear friend Katie from Makeup for Lost Time. We did the last one together as well. I will link her channel down below. Definitely go check her out after you've watched this video, of course. However, let's kind of get started. I have a look in mind. Let me show you the eyeshadow palettes that I pulled. I pulled the Blend Bunny Surge, the Aurora Struck from Colourpop. Hey, I said it right. Wow, go me. The All I Ever Wanted Volume 2 from Unearthly, and the C3PO from Colourpop. Yes, that is what I pulled. And those I'm going to, I don't know if I'll use all of them, but probably most of them. The makeup that I use will be listed down in the description box as well. Let's just get started with the face, so I can kind of tell you a little bit about today's moon. Okay, so today's moon is in the sign Leo. It's also tied to Imbolc, and Imbolc is the midwinter point, smack in the middle between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. If you want to know more about that, I actually did a video about it, and I will link it underneath the cards. So I'm not going to kind of repeat a lot of what I said there, but I'm going to touch on it just a hair. So today's moon has many names. It is called Ice Moon, Snow Moon, Invigorating Moon, Hungry Moon, Renewal Moon, and Cold Moon. And probably has a lot of other names as well, but these are the ones that I could find. So if you live in the northern hemisphere, it's the coldest time of year. It can freeze, you can have storms and still snow. Nature is cleansing and purifying itself. What was weak has died off and has been partially absorbed back into the soil to act as food for the coming life and growth. On the surface, things appear quiet and calm, but new life is slowly emerging. If you look closely, you can already see the first signs of new life. Maybe you can see the first flowers emerge, or see the burrowing animals come out of their burrows. Or maybe in the area where you live, the birds are getting, I don't want to say feisty, but kind of busy and basically present. Now, where I live here in Western Europe, what I see is that the first flowers are emerging. The first lambs will be born soon. And the birds are gathering food and materials to kind of start building their nests already. And while we're still in the winter season, the days are lengthening and you can feel the sun getting stronger. During the winter, our attention was focused inwards, and now we will start shifting our attention towards the lighter part of the year and more outside instead of in. It's a good time to find out what is inside you and what you want to nurture and let grow. Not let go. Also that, but that was not what I want to say. Find out what you really want. You will have to dig deep inside yourself and be honest without judgment. What does your heart truly desire? Remember that it is worse to look back at something that you've never tried then at something that you tried but wasn't achievable. Just like the soil that needs plowing before she can receive the seeds, it's necessary to go through your intentions and plans before you decide what you want to sow. The time to put your plans into action isn't quite here yet, but it is time to work them out and to give them a good basis. This full moon is in Leo. It's a fire sign that stands for vitality, infectious enthusiasm, and an optimistic view of life. A fire moon is full with energy, and it invites you to discover your inner fire. Because the sun is also in Aquarius, it can cause unrest and tension. You feel that change is necessary. It's time to take charge of your life and to follow your passion. However, don't make impulsive decisions because it can damage your plans. Take the time to examine your ideas and get a clear view on them before you commit. Make sure your head and heart are aligned and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself if the plans you had made really give you the opportunities that you want, and don't be afraid to revise them if the answer is no. Stay true to yourself. You can ask yourself if you can describe your goals and dreams and hopes in detail. If you have made New Year's resolutions, or other goals for this year, check to see if you need to make changes or maybe even scrap them. Maybe new goals and plans have formed. And what about your environment? Does your environment help or hinder your plans? And is there anything you can do to change that? And to make it more viable for you? And is there anything that you can do to make your environment work for you? I'm going to start with eyes, the Blend Bunny search. I am going to go to the dark purple. And do you have the courage to really look within? To be honest with yourself if the plans you have made are truly the ones that you want to work on and want to feed. Are there any hidden desires that you need to search for? What can you do during this full moon? Well, let's start with the ones that I do every full moon. I want to go to the shade Stay, and maybe I'll pair it a little bit with the shade Maybe, so I kind of go between them. So what do I always do each full moon? I charge my crystals. Basically gather up all my crystals, even the ones that I wear, put them in a little jar, tub thingy, and either put them outside if the weather is nice, or I put them in front of a window. I'm going to go to this one, and I let them charge in the moonlight. And then in the morning I'll bring them inside again. Make moon water. And how do you do that? You grab a jar or a jug of water, you know, anything that's see-through basically. Fill it with water, put it outside to charge in the full moon. If you cannot put it outside, put it in front of a window. And if there is no moonlight directly on the water or on your crystals, that is okay, because the energy of the full moon will hit it anyway. I'm going to go to the white. Go outside and look at the moon and try to connect with the moon. You can close your eyes and just let the energy of the moon wash over you. It's not as white as I want it to be. That's kind of sad. Maybe if I spray my brush, if I can find my spray here. That is a little better. Go outside for a walk in the moonlight. And again, it doesn't matter if it's overcast or not. You can meditate on your wishes or turn inwards and just let any wishes and hopes drift to the surface without any judgment. And then when you're done, write them down. You can burn a white and a green candle. White is for purification and green is for new growth. I'm going to go to the Aurora palette from Colourpop for basically the shimmery white that's in here. You can do candle magic. Light a candle, close your eyes and open them a little bit. Let the light in and let it purify you. I'm going to go to that shade next. With each inhale, you take the light in, and with each exhale, you let it flow to every corner of your being and let it light you up and purify you. Shimmer time, and I'm going to try something a little bit differently. I'm going to try a different eye base. It's actually a face primer from Essence that I'm going to try as a shimmer primer today. I know how these shadows work on me, so let's see if this works. This shade, which is a orangey gold. When you feel that it is enough, move the candle and put it in front of a mirror. Relax and stare at the flame in the mirror. There's a cat playing here. What do you see? Do you hear anything? Do you feel any sensations? What is waking up inside? Again, without any judgment. Colourpop C3PO for the darkest gold shimmer. The most important thing now is to try to be conscious of what the moon is doing to you, the center gold. How does it influence you? Are you sleeping better or worse? Do you feel restless or relaxed? And back to the search palette for the darkest purple. The tree that is connected to this full moon is the birch. So what you can do is gather up birch twigs of a minimum length of 80 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. You can find them on the ground, or you can cut them off different trees. Don't take too much of a single tree. Let them dry, and then with the moon of awakening, which is the next full moon, make a broom out of the twigs. And you can use that to ritually cleanse the space you're going to perform rituals in, or just to clean your home. If you have a tarot deck or a rune set or any other form of divination oracle basically set, you can pull one for the coming month. Shade Desdemonia from the All I Ever Wanted #2. You can do this for each month. And it is important to write down what the card means. And then at the end of the month, check to see if it came true. Let me tightline, and no one wants to see that. The tarot card that is associated with this full moon is number 14, called Temperance. Let me finish up of the makeup look, and then I will tell you about what the card of the tarot means. I'll be right back. The makeup look is done, and I stepped outside my comfort zone, and I think I like it. But let me know down below what you think. Let me tell you about the tarot card Temperance. It says I am balancing, and the book I use for that is actually Kitchen Table Tarot. It's my favorite book. It will be linked down below. It says here, temperance is similar to the balance found in justice, but it is more of a day-to-day kind of thing. The angel is pouring water back and forth between two identical cups. If you look at the basic card, the angel has one foot on the shore and one in the water. The water being poured from one cup to the other is perfectly balanced. Water in tarot always means emotion. His is calm and directed. On one side is land, on the other water. I've heard the following words used to describe him: oasis, peace, calm, zen. On his forehead is a circle. On his chest is a triangle. In many basic decks, there's also a square around the triangle. The square, triangle, circle have to do with body, mind, spirit. All are represented, because if you fall behind in the upkeep of one, the others will suffer. The wings are equal. On one side we have ranging hills leading off into the distance, and on the other a lovely garden to rest in. One foot on land, one in water. Balance, balance, balance. This card also represents alchemy. A little of this and a little of that, it's okay. You can blend almost anything, and nothing really has to be in extremes. Opposites can be blended. You just have to have patience and the right equipment. Men and women, fire and water, hell, even oil and water can be mixed. You just have to know the secret. There is a balance. We have to stop and look around to find it. Temperance rests between death and the devil in the tarot. Change, peace, and chaos. Grace, peace, wisdom, integration, movement without loss of self, calm, and moderation. That is what it means. However, it's always, I think at least, especially if you draw one card, important to know the shadow side of the card. So let me tell you about that. Inverted, which is the shadow side, is about excess. Generally, anything in excess is bad for you. Love, anger, booze, drugs, exercise, food, socializing, sex, surfing the net, you name it. A good rule of thumb is that if you spend more than 2 hours a day on it, except for sleep, you might need to rethink your day. I also get an image of a whirlpool swirling around and sucking people in. It's so easy to lose your balance when you're precariously balanced like this. It's so easy to slip. It's hard to pull yourself back out of the water, and even harder to shake the experience off. It's all fun and games till someone gets sucked under the water. She calls it the vortex of crazy. And she knows some people who live very happily, it seems, there. Everything is a crisis though. Everything is about them. Everything is huge. How exhausting. Sometimes it's not so dramatic when it's inverted. Sometimes you need to cut loose and dive into excess. It can be important to explore and taste and get dirty and bang yourself up. It's exhilarating, and it's a wonderful way to learn. You might get your ass kicked though, so keep that in mind. With temperance inverted, there's really no in-between. You can get mad, but do you have to get angry? You can be hurt without being devastated. You can be sensitive without carrying the world's pain in your heart. I think it's a very, very cool and important card that really emphasizes this full moon. How am I going to celebrate it? You may ask. Well, by the time you are seeing this, I'm getting ready to go to the woods with my bestie. We usually do this, at least the two of us. Sometimes more people join in, but we basically have our own ritual in the woods. We never really have a set structure. We have the basics, so you know, we call the four directions, we call the ancestors, we call the spirits, and then basically we will see what happens. We kind of chat about the moon, and then a lot of the time, a lot of insights are happening and a lot of aha moments. So that is how I'm going to celebrate the full moon. Let me know if you are going to celebrate the full moon and how you are going to do this. Was this maybe the first time that you ever heard of there's something like a full moon celebration and what it means to basically live with the moon cycle or the lunar cycle? Let me know down below. On the end screen you will see my playlist. There are just 2 videos in there, but you know, we have to start somewhere. Also, don't forget to check out Katie's video. We kind of have it set up that I give you the information and she basically gives her experience during the month. So you get a very cohesive whole, at least that's what I feel. And if you're over from Katie's channel, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you will consider subscribing. If you're still here, leave me a lion emoji or maybe even a lion and a full moon emoji because the moon is in Leo right now, right? That was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. The next full moon will be, let me check my calendar. Full moon in March will be the 7th of March. For me, it will be 100% full at 1300 hours and 40 minutes. So that is 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know again how you celebrate the full moon and if you notice anything when the moon is almost full or at its peak. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you very soon in my next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye guys.